All right, look at that. December 5th. And if you've been following along with the channel, I started a little bit of a challenge this year, 2023. I started a halibut challenge way back in January. My challenge was to catch a keeper halibut, at least one, in every month of the year. And typically, if you're familiar with California halibut fishing, the summer months are obviously the best, but there's no closed season, so you can catch them all the way from January to December. Even though they might not be biting as good in those winter months, you're still legally allowed to go catch them and keep them as long as they're of minimum size. And it's pretty simple. I've caught one every month so far, at least one. In the summer months I caught a bunch, but in January I caught one keeper. February, I don't remember how many, I caught a couple. Last month in November I caught one keeper, and it took me all the way to the last week of the month. And this month, December, still haven't got a keeper yet, so that's what we're gonna try to do today. This is gonna be day one of December halibut fishing. I don't think I've definitely never caught a keeper halibut in December, so today, hopefully, we can cross that off the bucket list and also cross that off of our halibut challenge for 2023. So, without further ado, we'll get everything set up, head out. I'm gonna go right out here. I'm fishing a little bit of a different area than I did in my last video. My last video, I fished, and I don't know, I think I just got really lucky, to be honest. I fished for a few hours, I got one keeper, I was super sick. I'm still not feeling great, not 100%, but we're getting a little bit better. I appreciate everyone who's sending their thoughts through the comments. But anyways, what will make me feel a little bit better will be a keeper halibut in the kayak. So we're not gonna do that just sitting here. We gotta get out there, drop our lines in. We're gonna be trolling some frozen herring like this. And hopefully there's a halibut or two that are waiting out there for me. Definitely not gonna be much pressure out here today. I don't see any other boats fishing. So hopefully there's a fish out there. We're gonna find out. So one thing that I find works a little bit better in these winter months when it's colder out, I found that trolling a little bit slower than you normally would seems to work a little bit better. And I think that's because these fish are, they're not really actively feeding at this time. They're almost hibernating, I feel like. So if a bait goes flying by as they're sitting on the bottom of the ocean, you'll probably be less likely to hit it, I'm gonna go even slower, than they would if maybe this little herring just kind of cruising right over them, top of them. You'll have no choice but to just come up and grab it. So we're gonna troll pretty slow today. Sometimes it can be a little frustrating and maddening just going super slow. You're not really covering much ground, but I find that especially in these winter months, trolling slower can often be the move. Mentally it can be a grind, but I find that trolling slower oftentimes is gonna pay dividends for us in the long run. Oh nice, we just went over a little ball of bait there. I know I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it one more time. In the San Francisco Bay, when you're fishing with a normal standard sport fishing license, you're limited to one rod per person. So normally, for most of you out there fishing with a sport license, you'd only be able to use one rod here in the San Francisco Bay, but me personally, I have a commercial license that allows me to drop this second rod down there. Really quickly, I'd like to thank Baseus for sponsoring this video. Today we're featuring their 140 watt laptop power bank. Weighing in at just 4.5 pounds, this power station is compact and extremely portable. It comes with this convenient carrying case shown here and is perfect for your next road trip. If you like me and always packing last minute, this power station has you covered. It can fully recharge in just an hour and a half. In addition to that, you can stay up to date with this easy to read LCD display, which keeps you up to date with battery capacity as well as current charging status. With 140 watts of power, you can charge all your devices in record time. Featuring multiple AC and DC ports, you can charge anything from laptops to GoPros to drones, all while illuminating the darkest of situations with this built-in LED light. And another feature that Baseus offers is this convenient app on your smartphone. And if you'll see here, I can just add my device. I have my device right next to me here. There it is, the PPS 140. Add device. Perfect. Confirmed. And there you have it right there. You can see the different charging ports that they have here. You can turn on and off the AC output switch through the phone right here. And then also one cool feature they have is this lighting mode. So if we turn the light on, this is the LED light on the side, and when it's on solid, you can actually change the brightness, and this is something that you can only do through the app, so that's a cool feature that they have. You can change the temperature to Fahrenheit. So if we go back to the home page there, you can see currently 73 degrees, 2 watts of power, and we have 41.3 remaining hours left on the device. And everything on the app is totally free. It's a pretty cool little feature that Baseus offers, which you can track and monitor the status of your device. If you'd like to purchase one of your own, or you want more information about the Baseus laptop power bank, click the link in the description. Thank you again to Baseus for sponsoring this video. A little update. Been trolling for, I don't know, a couple hours so far. No bites. But like I've said in previous wintertime fishing videos, you can't expect to have a lot of bites. Honestly, one fish would make today a good day. So we're just looking for that one bite. Trying to stay diligent, checking my gear every 15-20 minutes or so. You can see this one's got some grass and stuff on there, so I want to get that off of there. Make sure my baits are rolling properly. A little bit of weeds on there. Get that off. So yeah, a little update. Not much to update, but still grinding away. One last update. Right at the turn of the tide right now. Still obviously no action. Not even a bite. Beginning to think this is not a good wintertime halibut fishing area. Or if it is, maybe I'm just on an off day. So I'm gonna give it another 30 minutes or so. Kind of angling back towards the launch here. If it happens, it happens. If not, well, I'm gonna have another place that I'm gonna go to tomorrow. That's where we're at. Still trolling the exact same 2 herring that I started with. Tough fishing out here in December. Tough day in terms of fishing, somewhat non-eventful, but I tell you what, we did find out where, well, at least one spot where the halibut were not. So we won't be coming back here again in December. And really I haven't fished for a halibut in December at all. So it's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve. I do have one more spot in mind that we're gonna hit tomorrow, so we'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh my God, I just got dunked on. Right there. Well, that just caps off the day right there. I got a different place in mind for tomorrow, so hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe we'll have a little bit of good luck carry over from that. All right, we're off. Day number 2. A little bit of a breeze today, but we're gonna make a run at it. Right now it's okay. Not ideal. I'm hoping it doesn't get worse. But the reason I'm coming out later today is because of the tide. So in the San Francisco Bay, it's all about the tide. And today we're working with, I think the peak low is at 1:30 p.m. and it's, let's see what time it is right now. It's It's 11:30 right now. But we got about 2 hours until the peak low tide, which is the slack tide, which is typically speaking the better times to catch halibut, and that tide's not moving very much. Right now the tide is going out to peak low, and the spot I want to fish is from where I am. It's towards the Golden Gate Bridge, so I'm going to ride the tide out towards this spot, fish it for an hour or two, and then when the tide's coming back in, I'll be able to ride the tide back into where I just came from. And the reason why you want to do that is because fighting against the tide, much more difficult. And obviously in a boat, it doesn't matter too much if you're moving long distances because you have that big motor, but in a kayak, we don't have as big of a motor, and we could fight against it, but it'll take us a lot longer to get there and to get back, and it's just not as much fun when you're fighting against the tide. So we're riding the tide there, fishing for a couple hours, riding the tide back. That's the game plan for today. I know it's a little bit windy. I don't know how well this audio is gonna come out, but hopefully it's not too bad. And hopefully there's a fish out there waiting for me, especially on that slack tide. All right, we're fishing. Controller on here. We're definitely in the zone right here, so at any time we could find a fish, but again, it's winter fishing, so not expecting a ton of action. Just looking for one or two quality bites. Oh gosh, kind of neat. What is this? Well, I've never seen this before, but immediately when I drop, I'm already hung up on a ton of just like junk, grassy weed. I don't really know what that's all about. Alright, well, I guess we'll fish through it for a little bit. I'm not really sure if this is going to work though. Yeah, look at that. That's not good. Can't fish like this. All I know is this is not good. We have to get away from this. Oh man, that is not good. Look at that. I've never seen this before. Anybody know what's causing this? I'm gonna try to tuck in to this other little cove area and see if maybe that's protected, and hopefully there's not any of this grassy stuff. But basically you just gunks up all your stuff, your lines, your baits, and you're not gonna get any. No halibut's gonna come and eat your bait when it's covered in moss. So I gotta find a way to get out of this mess. Well, I was anticipating rain, but it's coming down pretty good, so I'm gonna put this camera away for a little bit. I think it's gonna stop a little bit, so we'll bring you back out once it calms down a bit. One rod, two rods. Tough fishing, no action. I've tried this place a few times. I've never caught a fish here, so I'm not super confident about it, but it's really the only place that we can fish right now, unfortunately. So the tide just turned. Oh no, it didn't turn yet. Tide's about to turn in a couple of minutes here, about 30 minutes. So we're approaching a good time right now. It's slack tide, but obviously no fish yet, so we're keeping at it. I thought this rain was gonna let up, but I think I was wrong about that one. I was definitely wrong about the rain. Look at this. I don't really know if you can tell on the GoPro, but this is probably the worst rain I've ever been in on the kayak, and that includes back down in Panama when it was raining pretty good down there. And unlike Panama, this is not a warm rain. This is a nice, brisk, cold California rain. I'm not sure it was a great idea to come out today. Definitely not the best day to come out, I will say that. Alright, I'm doing one more pass and then calling it. December halibut proving to be a little bit more challenging than other months, which is kind of to be expected. This is the only month that's taken me multiple days to get a halibut, which I think I got kind of lucky, especially last month and in January, that I just got one on the first day. But I mean, wind and rain, like I said, were no fun, but I would have fished through that if it wasn't for those weeds. But anyways, oh, now the sun's coming out. We're going all over the San Francisco Bay in this video. This is day number 3, 3 different parts of the San Francisco Bay. We're spread far and wide to try and find this December halibut. And I didn't mention this at the beginning of the video, but I actually wanted to go out into the open ocean to a little bit different spot because I had a hunch that there was some halibut out there, but the weather is really bad out there. There's a big swell coming through, so that's why I wasn't able to go this week. And I could have done something else, but I really wanted to try and get this halibut. I don't want to save it till the end of the month like I did last month, because if I did, I just have a little bit of a fear that it might not happen. So anyways, getting a jump start on it. That's why we're out here this week. And today's the last day that I'm going on the San Francisco Bay. I either catch it today or I don't, and I'm headed somewhere else next week. A lot nicer day today, as you can see. Bright sunny skies, no wind right now. There might be a little bit of a breeze, you know, later in the afternoon, but for now, really nice weather. So gonna take advantage of that while we can. We're gonna be joined with a buddy out here. He should be here in 15-20 minutes or so, but can't wait for him. The tide just turned. We're gonna get out there and see if I can find me a December halibut. So this is the same spot that I caught my halibut last month in. So I'm gonna head right back to that same little area where I got him. Actually, this is where I caught my January halibut too. So definitely possibility for some winter halibut in this little area. So we're heading back to that area where I caught my fish last month, and I'm gonna troll that little area there hard. So anyways, that's the plan for now. Just motoring out. See you out on the halibut grounds. All right, I wanted to head out a little deeper, but I'm marking some good bait right here, and might as well troll my way out, I feel like. So I'm gonna drop in right here. It's a little bit shallower than where I wanna go, but I'm just gonna point my nose straight to where my end goal is, my end mark, and maybe I'll get lucky along the way. But the good thing is the water's looking a lot clearer here than it was yesterday. Man, that grassy stuff, hope to never cross paths with that again. 8:49, lines are in, tide just turned. And actually, this is the portion of the tide that I caught my fish in last month, so with any luck, maybe I'll find another one. Maybe his brother or sister sitting in the same tide looking for the same little herring snack. Come on. I think that's it. That could be the one. Could be the one. Could be the one. Get this in position just in case. Feels really substantial. That was a classic halibut bite, just ever so slightly.
You want to run it to you to get that extra Nick flavor for the video?
Yeah, the extra Nick flavor, that's what I need. Let's see what we're working with here. Fortunately, it's wrapped up the other line. There it is. It's definitely a keeper. Come on up. Here we go. Got him. Got him. All right, it's official. I officially caught one in every month of the year. We did it! Just had to troll next to my good buddy, Fish with Fish.
You needed that Fish with Fish luck.
We always say that it's good luck to troll next to Ish for some reason. I don't know why, but I seem to always catch fish next to him. Got him right in the... Ooh, that was in a good part of the mouth. I don't think that one was coming off. Take care of that in a second. But I just wanted to show the fish off. That's a nice one. Look at that. He's got some scarring action on the bottom there. That's probably from a... I don't know what that's from, actually. Interesting. Could be a seal, or I don't know. It probably happened a while ago when it was a lot smaller. It's kind of healed over now, but there he is, Mr. December. So minimum size in California is 22 inches. If you're new to the deal here, I'm sure most of you probably already heard that several times. So it's probably like 28. Yeah, 28. 27 and a half. Not a bad fish. You know, it's still early. 9:47. What time? I think we started at 8:30. I forgot exactly, but we're trolling for about an hour. Still early, so we'll get our line back down, see if we can get another. So like I was saying before, during these winter months, I like to troll a little bit slower. And that was definitely on a slower troll. It was going about 1.4 miles per hour, 1.5, 1.4, something like that. So definitely on the slower side. I'm not saying you can't catch them going faster, but I feel like they're just a little bit lazier during these times. Proof is right there. So now that we've caught one, I'm gonna circle back around and hit that same area. That's the same little area where I caught one last month. So it seems like, I don't know, I'm not really sure why, but it seems like there's a few in that area. So we're gonna really hit that area hard today. Just kind of troll back and forth through it and see if there's any more down there. Yep, there's number 2. Oh, he just came off. Oh, dang. Just spit the hook. I would be a lot more sad if I didn't catch that first one. Still, I'm not sure why that happened. Well, as you can probably tell, wind's definitely picked up out here. Getting a little breezy, so I'm gonna make that turn for home and head back towards the marina here. We'll see if we can connect on the way in, but regardless, it's been a successful day. Finally got that halibut. It's taken me 3 days, but I finally got one. And I missed one too. I could have had a second one, but unfortunately that one came unpinned. A little bit sad about that one, but can't complain when I got a halibut in the box. A little bit of a unpleasant, probably wet ride home, but that's all right. I'm feeling good. A little bumpy out here. All right, that's a wrap. I don't know if I'll be doing any more halibut fishing this year. I might do a time or two depending on the weather and what other fishing aspirations I might have. But if not, it's been a great season. I don't know how many halibut I caught in 2023, but it was quite a few. And especially during that peak of the season, man, those fish were biting pretty dang good. So pretty satisfied with my halibut challenge that I started way back in January. It took me a little while to get that December one, but you know, it wasn't the first time that I've fished 3 days for one single fish. So anyways, if you're interested in the Bay Area, halibut can be caught year round. I proved it this year, and I'll put a few of my favorites down in the description if you want to see some of my previous videos from earlier in the year. So anyways, thank you all for watching. If you followed along in the halibut challenge, appreciate it. And yeah, maybe I'll do it again next year. I don't know yet, but we'll see. So anyways, thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.